All right, let's jump right in. We're looking at the state of things in late 2025, and honestly, the world of software development has been completely turned on its head. We've rocketed past simple code suggestions and landed in a reality with a fully autonomous stack where AI coding agents are pretty much in the driver's seat. So, the big question is, what does this actually mean for you, the developer?
And that leads to this fascinating, kind of wild question. Is your new coworker literally made of code? For a whole lot of developers out there, the answer is a definite yes. But to really wrap our heads around what that means, we need to get one really crucial distinction straight. You see, for years, we've had AI tools, right? They give us a hand with boilerplate code, help us hunt down a bug, stuff like that. But now, we are in a whole new ballgame with AI agents. These aren't just little helpers anymore. They're autonomous systems that can take on real engineering tasks all by themselves. And that leap from a simple tool to an actual agent is an absolute game changer.
So how in the world did we get here so fast? Well, to really understand what's happening right now, you get a look at the last few years. The evolution of coding AI has been this incredible whirlwind, with 3 distinct generations popping up one after the other. Let's break them down.
First up, we had Gen 1, stochastic autocomplete. Think of it like a superpowered predictive text, but for code. It was awesome for simple stuff, but it didn't really understand your project. Then, Gen 2 arrived, bringing us those chat with your codebase features. We could have a conversation with our code, which was cool, but it was still just reacting to us. And that brings us to today, the era of Gen 3, agentic loops. These are proactive systems. They can make plans, run commands, and even find and fix their own mistakes. It's a whole different level.
So, with these incredibly powerful new agents on the scene, the stage is set for a massive showdown. The battle for AI supremacy in the coding world is being fought on 2 main fronts, down in the trenches of your code editor and up in the vast expanse of the cloud.
Let's start right where the action is, the inner loop. This is the heart of a developer's workflow, right? That constant cycle of writing, thinking, testing, and debugging. And this is exactly where a whole new wave of AI-native IDEs is making a huge splash. And in here, you've got 2 totally clashing philosophies. On one side, you have the giant, GitHub Copilot, which is leveraging all of its Microsoft muscle to be absolutely everywhere. And on the other side, you've got the rebels, Cursor and Windsurf. They've basically taken the foundation of VS Code and rebuilt it from the ground up, specifically for an AI-native experience.
This table really breaks it down nicely. Copilot is the safe, enterprise-friendly bet thanks to that seamless Microsoft ecosystem integration. Cursor, though, is all about raw speed and power. It's become a huge favorite among what you might call vibe coders, those developers who just live to get into that uninterrupted flow state. And then you have Windsurf, which is kind of trying to offer the best of both worlds, that smooth flow state experience, but with all the security and deployment features that big companies need.
So what is the secret sauce behind these new AI-native IDEs? What gives them their edge? Well, it's this revolutionary feature with a name that sounds like it's straight out of a spy movie, shadow workspaces.
The concept is actually pretty simple, but it's pure genius. The AI does all of its work in this hidden shadow copy of your environment. In there, it can write code, run the compiler, find its own mistakes, and fix them, all without ever messing up your actual work. What does that mean for you? It means you only ever see clean, working, error-free code suggestions. It's a massive productivity boost.
Okay, so that's the battle inside your editor. Now, let's zoom out, way out, to the bigger picture, the cloud. This is the outer loop, and this is where our autonomous agents are doing something truly revolutionary, taking a project ticket and turning it directly into shippable code.
In this arena, we have 3 main contenders. Devin was the one that started it all, and it's still pretty much the benchmark for pure autonomy. Then you have OpenHands, which is a super powerful open source alternative for folks who want more control and want to host it themselves. And then there's Augment Code, the big enterprise solution with a crazy powerful context engine that can handle gigantic code bases. Oh, and take a look at that pricing column. See a trend? We'll definitely circle back to that in a minute. This is where things get really, really exciting. I mean, imagine assigning a task in Jira to an AI agent just like you would to a human teammate. You could literally just tag @Devin on a ticket, go grab a coffee, and come back to find a finished pull request waiting for your review. This isn't science fiction anymore. This is happening right now. But okay, let's pump the brakes and keep our feet on the ground for a second. While these agents are incredibly powerful, They are not perfect, not by a long shot. The latest industry benchmarks show a success rate of around 25% on really complex, real-world tasks. That means for every 4 tickets you assign, a human developer still needs to step in and fix things on 3 of them. So, are they replacing developers? No, not yet, but they are an unbelievable force multiplier.
But here's the thing. It doesn't matter if we're talking about an agent in your editor or one in the cloud. All of these AI tools are bound by the same laws of physics and economics. So let's talk about the tech and the money that are shaping this entire new market.
It really all boils down to what's being called the context war. How do you give an AI a deep enough understanding of your whole code base? The RAG approach is fast and cheap, but it can miss subtle details. The long context window approach, on the other hand, gives you incredible accuracy, but it comes at a steep price, both in speed and cost. It's that classic trade-off: speed, cost, quality. Pick 2.
And that cost factor, man, it is sending shockwaves through the whole industry. As one expert put it, the era of unlimited GPT-4 for $20 a month is effectively over for agentic workloads. The bottom line is that these truly powerful AI agents are just way too expensive to run to be offered as some cheap all-you-can-eat subscription.
And look, this isn't just a theoretical problem. This is real. When Augment Code switched from a flat monthly fee to a credit-based system, some of their power users saw their bills skyrocket by over 500%. People are calling this the credit crisis of late 2025, and it's a huge wake-up call that this AI revolution has a serious price tag.
So the big takeaway here is crystal clear. AI coding tools are no longer a simple software license you buy once a year. They're a utility cost, just like your AWS or Azure bill. Engineering managers now have to budget for AI compute on a per-developer basis. A senior engineer running really complex agents could easily burn through hundreds of dollars a month in AI credits, while a junior dev might use just a tiny fraction of that. It's a whole new line item.
Okay, so with all of these massive changes, I know what you're probably thinking. What does all this mean for me? For my job? What is my role going to be in this new world of AI-powered development? Your role isn't disappearing, it's evolving. You're no longer just a coder. You're becoming a code architect, a logic reviewer, a guide for the AI, a systems integrator, and, when everything else fails, the debugger of last resort. The focus is shifting away from writing syntax and towards designing the big-picture systems. As we look even further into the future, the very line between planning and coding is just going to collapse. Your ticket tracker, your Jira, or your Linear is going to become your command center, and your IDE is going to be more of a review tool, a window into the work your AI copilot is doing. It's a brand new era of human-AI collaboration, and the possibilities are just endless.
And that really brings us to the ultimate question. As AI increasingly takes care of the how, it frees you up to focus on the what and the why. So, with the power of what is essentially an army of AI coders at your fingertips, what are you going to build?